Life offers only a handful of opportunities for great change. And often those changes are too extreme to suffer, and so we don't. But in the rare occasions where we find ourselves at the confluence of great opportunity and the bravery to see it through, we achieve transcendence. And the limitations of life that seemed so impossibly fixed disappear in an instant. And the world is nothing you knew it to be. Last time, on Cloudfall, Aaron reconciled with their doppelganger, Illuri, the wood elf that Aaron replaced at birth. And then together, our heroes completed their climb back to the clouds. And this time, on Cloudfall, our heroes are faced with an opportunity for great change. And tonight we discover who has the bravery to see it through. The five of you are standing in the heart of Bismite, the center of the clouds, the locus of fey magic that supports life throughout. You're accompanied by Huber, Mikey, and Illuri, Aaron's mortal counterpart. This place is shaped like a giant square stadium, a right-angled, bowl-shaped theater made of massive tiered steps of solid bismite, each one almost as tall as Sojourn. And it's all radiating with energy, dripping with color. And the allure of its power is calling out to you.
Doran will step forward. And once he starts moving, he doesn't really slow.
Doran, what are you doing?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I said I was gonna do it.
I know.
I think you need to stop making stupid decisions. Stop sacrificing yourself.
Wait, do we know what this is going to do to us?
It's gonna help our chances, I think.
No. Aaron is right. Think about what we saw happen in this very tower. We saw the Autumn King take on a power he didn't understand. It laid the whole Feywild to ruin.
From what we learned from Sojourn, it feels like this might make us dependent on the Bismite if we take this next step. We just got to consider that, I guess.
I understand that. I also worry that none of us will be prepared to face him without it.
We can't keep bringing swords to a Bismite fight. I mean it.
No, that's a good point.
I think if it's going to be anyone, it has to be more than one person. Because this amount of power needs checks. It needs another person there to hold balance. Maybe part of the downside as we see it right now is because I died.
And because the only people we know of that know how to do this are doing it for the wrong reasons.
We've stood toe-to-toe with the Blight before. I think it's too much of a risk. How do we even know there's a right reason to wield this power?
We're using it to stop them from doing more harm.
But we haven't had long enough to know what the effects are going to be either. I don't know. Maybe I'm already connected to this a little bit. Maybe I touch it to see if it's bad before any of y'all get started getting close to this.
If you wish, yeah.
Does that seem safe, Iluri?
Yes, but she must go quickly and do not linger in the pool.
She kind of gestures to where Doran is standing, and you see that central fountain. It's a sort of square spiral that raises up from the precise center of the arena here. In the middle of that basin, you see a pool of blinding ultraviolet light, only a couple feet across, just enough for you to dip your hand into.
The difference between us and those that came before us, the Autumn King, I would never do this if we were living in a world at peace. We're doing this to be the check against them. Journey, if you want to touch first, by all means, but I'm going to do it.
Wait. Can we make a pact that this doesn't change us fundamentally?
I think if we have this power, we need to decide that we won't be doing stuff on our own.
We make decisions together. We call each other out when we're doing stupid shit.
I think we need to trust each other because there is a possibility, like Aaron said, that this corrupts us in some way, and we need to be able to hear each other if something isn't right.
The reality is, I understand your intent, Poppy, about this pact. But when we're facing whatever this blue-eyed creature is, or whenever we're facing the blight at large, we won't have time to discuss our actions. We'll have to trust each other. If we do a pact, how about we agree that we trust each other?
I really want to trust you. I just want to know that you're making good decisions. Decisions that aren't self-sacrificial or impulsive.
Doran, please believe me when I say that this opportunity to take on great power against a perceived threat, you can have the best intentions in the world, but it might not always end up the way you think.
I think if we just do our best, I mean, that's all we can do. Trust our gut and just trust each other, like Doran said. I don't know. I don't always know what the right thing to do is, but I think if we're looking out for each other and trying to take down the baddies.
Mikey, no!
Oh no.
Is Mikey close to it?
You all whip around to see Mikey. His torso leaning over the basin, his hand dipping in from the other side.
God damn it.
No. Can I stop him?
His hand is already touching this ultraviolet light. You see his eyes go white and then violet as they explode with flames.
Whoa.
Mikey falls back on his shell, and you can see him scrambling, trying to stand up again, but he's just kind of spinning in place, and you can hear him gasping and wheezing.
I run over and pull him up.
Yeah, I try to help too.
As he breathes, you can see smoke coming out of his mouth, and you smell something burning. He's breathing heavily, staring at the floor with a sort of visceral nature that you've never seen on Mikey. He's always been all fun and games.
Guy's gonna walk over, stand over him, and put his hand on the hilt of his sword.
Mikey, are you okay?
I didn't want to be useless anymore, guys.
Mikey, you were never useless.
Well,
Lurie, is he gonna be okay? What do we need to do?
He's very young, but he's alive, yes.
Can I do like a medicine check on him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
19.
You lean down to Mikey, and you can smell that same kind of burning coming from his breath, from his lungs. Something coursed through him like an electric shock, like static. It did harm him. It may have ended his life momentarily, stopped his heart, something. But being that close to Mikey, you can also tell that there is some kind of power pouring off of him now.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the pact is no longer something we can pause for.
I feel like we all just go for it. I mean, we can't let Mikey have this power on his own.
We must be a check on Mikey.
Yeah.
Sojourn kneels down and looks around at everyone, nods her head, and dips her hand in the pool.
Aaron follows. I'm going for
We
it.
were waiting for Johnny to test it.
I'm going
God,
for it.
okay.
I just said we should all do it at the same time.
Anybody else in that moment?
Oh, I'm doing it.
I'll wait.
All right.
I hate you.
Guy's not going either.
Sojourn. You reached out and touched that light, and you felt what Mikey must have gone through, and it seemed like a flash from the outside, but this is agonizing from the other side. You feel something like electricity racing through you, and you feel that familiar dip into death. Not quite, but this time. You actually know how to navigate a little bit of that. It feels like it's getting bad, and you rip your hand back, and to everyone else, it was a fraction of a second, but to you, it felt like so much more. And you were exhausted before this, mentally, physically, emotionally, but there's no desperation here. You're out of that too. There's something else left. A motivated fury that can push you into incredible things, as long as you never let it win. As Sojourn pulls back from that fountain, you all see shadows begin to overtake her skin. At the same time, Sojourn, you begin to shapeshift into a natural beast again. And then you take control. Now not quite a beast, not given to darkness, but wielding both. You all look up to see Sojourn cast in a violet darkness. Fur like dark shadows drip under her glowing eyes. Elongated features and wild limbs that let her move faster, hit harder. And slender bismite claws that could shred bone. A deadly weapon as long as she maintains control.
Sojourn?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's a little different this time.
You all hear Aaron grunting.
Oh,
We'll
that's
cut
good.
that.
You like
You-
my grunts? No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't expecting like hype man, like
Ooh, ow, Yochi.
Aaron, when you touched the bismite, you got knocked on your ass. Your body is rejecting it immediately. You are bucking and writhing on the floor, your features exploding into massive proportions and then returning to normal size. You hardly get a chance to stand up between all these wild transformations. Aaron's practically throwing themselves across the arena. When it's all over, your head is pounding, Aaron, and you feel incredibly powerful and maybe a little hungover. As you get to your feet again, you can see in your fractured reflection, to your horror, you have shifted into Diver.
Gross.
And looking at yourself here, you feel the power that he feels every day. And then you feel more. Aaron, you could be more than Diver ever was. You could be stronger. You could be bigger. How big and strong do you think you could get?
Fucking swole.
About at least a Loxodon, right?
Aaron, you look up at the statue of Kree. You tried once before on Lore to transform into a great beast to no effect. But now, who knows? Poppy.
Can Guy try to stop Poppy from going in the pool?
Ooh.
Like some sort of
You
grapple
can
or
try.
something?
Yeah.
4.
22.
Wow. All right.
He just picks up Poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poppy's about to go in and then...
Guy, what are you doing? Put me down.
Poppy, you don't understand.
I understand magic and theoretical knowledge beyond what we know.
No, Poppy. Everything I've done, everything I am, I don't want it to happen to you, Poppy. You're too good.
Guy, you're good too.
I don't know that I am.
You've proven it over and over again. Whatever.
You heard the mushrooms. I didn't even pass their little test.
Well, I never liked mushrooms anyway.
Yeah, me neither.
Guy, I don't care about your past. I care about you. And I think I need to do this. I can handle it. I'm strong.
What happened to me before, I did it alone. It was just me. Maybe you're right that if we're all in this together, we can avoid the same mistakes.
I think I was never looking for more. And I was content with that. But I think I can be more. I can do more.
Maybe that proves you're ready after all?
I'm never leaving you.
Thank you, Poppy. Guy lets Poppy go.
Zap.
All right. Poppy, when you touch that pool, you can feel a shock, like cold water, running through your body. And you realize that's the feeling of coming back from the brink. It's already over in an instant. And the sudden comfort you feel around Bismite makes you feel so solid and prepared. Every gleaming inch of this arena calls out to you, all filled with magical potential like raw dough, just waiting to get baked to perfection.
Whoa. This is how it feels for you guys.
I'm not sure.
Is Aaron still Diver?
Yeah.
Don't look at me
That
right
should
now.
probably be addressed. So,
Aaron, yeah, you turn around and your form currently is Diver, which was startling to you. You're not sure why you landed there, but you're free to change your form at any time.
I change into a bird. No, I'm just kidding. Into Kree. No, Aaron just tries to shift back into their new human 18-year-old self.
Yeah. You get a flash of that same feeling that Poppy had. Everything here is at your disposal. This Bismite is yours to command.
I feel like I could, I don't know, do anything right now. Is that how you guys feel?
Kind of.
Sojourn tries to pull back into herself and recede those black shadows.
Yeah. You do some coordinated breathing, Sojourn. And over time, you're able to calm yourself enough for those shadows to recede, for you to release that rage enough for your regular mind to come back.
I think we're right to be cautious about this and careful.
I don't even know what I would use this power for except to defend myself, or I don't know. It's like situational. It's not just like a joyride, you know?
It's a little scary.
Should be scared.
Yeah.
Guy, being this close to that central fountain, to that pool of ultraviolet light, you feel it again. That static radiation grinding at your mind lately. It's now beyond what you can ignore. It suddenly takes you over, numbing your mind into complete paralysis. Across the theater, you all see Guy's body as it begins to walk towards the party. And from its neck, a sudden blast of green flame, now laced with black smoke and violet flares. Guy, you feel no connection to your body as it drops your head and you start to lose consciousness. You all see Guy's body approaching Doran with a robotic posture that looks nothing like the Guy you know. And you all hear the scrape of steel as it draws the great blade of Lodom and points it at Doran with one hand. Roll initiative.
Whoa! No.
Do I get to do that?
Yeah, you will be fighting. I will tell you who to kill.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Holy shit.
I want to fight.
I don't want to kill
I
Guy.
love this fight because I don't have to roll anything.
Good news for you guys. I'm rolling Tim style.
Oh, good. Yeah, you inherited my rolls.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
What'd you get, Guy?
For initiative?
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
That's not plot helpful. All right. What else? Aaron.
9.
Sojourn?
19.
There we go.
That is like Aaron's worst ever initiative.
Yeah.
Doran.
22.
Poppy?
10.
Doran hasn't dipped his hands in yet. That's what you get for waiting.
I didn't wait. I was like, I want to be first. I want to be first. And then
everybody else
Everyone
was
else
like,
goes. Well, then first up is Doran.
how far away are we from the stairs, like the big stairs?
This arena is fairly large. You're about 50, 60 feet out from any of the walls.
How far is Guy's head away from me?
Maybe 10 feet.
I'm going to back up, like with my hands out, calm down, and then glance over at Guy's head and try to pick it up.
Yeah, you just kind of circle, facing off against Guy's body, and you're able to swing down and scoop it up.
Okay. Just tell yourself to stop doing this, please. Guy?
You are unconscious.
Guy, are you there? I'll use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on the head.
Okay. Yeah. Guy, you gain HP. Go ahead and roll that out.
Okay. 3. Nope, no, I'm not doing 3rd level. Sorry.
Yeah, just huge healing word.
D4 plus 5. 9.
I mean, it's not temp, right?
Yeah, it's just straight up HP. Yeah.
I'm already up.
Well,
You're at full health and you're unconscious?
correcto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, shit. Then I'll just use the rest of my movement to just back away. Get a hold of yourself, Guy.
All right. Next up is Sojourn.
Sojourn is going to run up to Guy's body and try to grapple it.
Okay, cool.
And get it away from Doran.
Yeah, contested grapple from Guy. Athletics.
Athletics. Nat 20.
Ooh.
14.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Maybe not so scary without your head, Guy. Sojourn walks up and grapples you. You guys are doing that like square, like shoulder gripping shoulder
I'm trying to like get up behind him and like
from behind.
yeah,
Choke him out.
just
Well, there's
not
nothing to
choke him, but around his shoulders and arms so that he can't
Yeah.
swing his sword.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. That leaves us to Mikey and Huber. Huber is shouting something about being careful. Mikey,
It's Michael now.
it's Michael. Michelangelo is sitting near that fountain. And and he has decided to stop being useless. You all see him reach into a pack. He pulls out a small jar and opens it, and you all hear this. With every beat of that drum that's coming through that jar, you can all feel a coordinated pulse.
Calling the sandworm. What is it? Shaihalud. Sorry.
But in that moment, you all feel strong, healthy, confident, coordinated. At the beginning of each round, you will each regain 5 HP.
Wow, stunning.
That is, if you have any HP. This will not bring you back from the brink. That brings us to Poppy.
How close is Doran on the head?
Very close to you, yeah.
Okay.
Just a few feet away.
I am going to put my hands on Guy's cheeks
Okay.
and say, "Come back, Guy," and cast Aura of Purity.
The head cheeks, right?
The head cheeks.
Got it.
I'm not.
I'm staying away from your body.
So he can't become diseased, has resistance to poison damage, has advantage on saving throws against effects that cause blinding, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned.
Okay.
In the hopes that that helps. Oh, can I send Pinch in?
Yeah.
Then I want to control flames him, so he's a big boy.
Okay.
Can grapple also.
Okay.
And then send him in to help with grappling Guy's body.
Wow. All right. And I'll say for that Aura of Purity, too, the effect doesn't wake up the head. What it does do is it weakens the body in some fashion. You can see that Sojourn grappling this thing has a little easier time after that Aura of Purity. You send in Pinch, large and in charge, all baked up, and grapples Guy from the other side, so he's hugged from both sides now.
Yeah, it's just a sweet little hug.
Yeah. I'll have Guy fail the grapple check, because he's already grappled on that. Guy will now need to break out of 2 grapples in order to be free. Stacking grapples. Next up, we have Iluri, who uses a longbow.
Don't kill him!
Iluri levels it at Guy and says, "What do I do here?"
Shoot him in the leg?
What?
Seems reasonable.
Oh, no.
That is a 15 to hit Guy.
Miss.
Figured. All right. You all hear pink as a longbow arrow from the Feywild, which is probably made of sticks and stones, clinks off of his armor. And that brings us to Guy.
Alrighty.
Wait, what about me?
You should have gone before Iluri, but your names are so similar that I read the wrong one.
You
Wow.
motherfucker.
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Like, there's only room for one of you.
So we're all still feeling the power of the bismite that
Oh,
we
yeah.
touched, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm like feeling it vibrate through me.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron looks around the clearing for something to help in the situation, and their eyes fall on the statue of Sesk, the snake from Baxi. So they try to change into full size of Sesk, the snake, with the hopes that they can grapple Guy in a boa constrictor,
Nice.
wind him up tight to keep him secure.
Yeah. You all see a billowing cloud of smoke as Aaron folds in on themselves. Unlike anything you had seen out of them before, it completely occludes half of this arena for a brief instant, and then you see erupting from that cloud of smoke the head of Sesk, racing towards the other side of this arena towards Guy. No need to roll on the grapple. With them already subdued, you're able to race over to the other side of the theater, coil around them, and bind all 3 of them. You heard it here first, folks.
Perfect.
I'm trying to get a lot of tongue in it. That's my parcel tongue.
So weird.
No, that is partial tongue.
Horrible. I'm so sorry, listener.
Sorry,
All right.
Paul.
That leads us to Guy.
Alright. Guy's body is going to struggle for a bit. And then before trying to break any grapples, Guy is going to use Channel Divinity to cast Conquering Presence.
Okay.
Chosen creatures within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw or they became frightened for 1 minute.
All right. Everybody's within 30 feet of you right now.
Give me a second. Aura of Purity is radiating off of me. Can't become diseased, resistant to poison, has advantage on saving throws against blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poison.
Damn
and
it!
stunned.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
bitch.
So
We're
yes.
pure as hell.
The answer is yes. All right. Everybody has advantage to save against the fear.
Okay. DC 16.
Yay.
Nat 20 again. I'm not afraid of no guys.
Aaron got 19. Sesk Aaron.
Okay, 18 for me.
19 for Doran.
Well, everybody wins.
Wow.
You're not so scary.
Yeah. None of your friends are afraid of you. Go figure. They've all seen you take a bath.
All right, that was his action. As a bonus action, one of Guy's many cloaks is going to start creeping out between Sojourn and him. And then it's going to cloak of way too many ropes, Sojourn.
Wow. Very interesting.
Okay.
Cloak of wow, that's a lot of ropes.
Sure.
There's not too many ropes.
While you're like attached to her.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there a save or is it
That's a dex save,
dex save?
which you probably get advantage on again.
Blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned.
Oh, I guess not.
You can't become diseased or poisoned.
And ropes.
And
Paralyzed, poison, ropes?
Immune to ropes.
11.
DC 17.
Yikes.
So I guess you're also grappled?
I'm roped.
She was already grappled, actually. When you grapple, you are grappled.
Oh.
but now she has to break out of her own.
Grapple.
She's not.
I'm not in control
I'm
of
just
the
going to
grapple.
say those grapples cancel each other out. That's easier.
Okay.
Then why would he have done the
Sojourn
cloak?
is ungrappled.
Yeah.
Got one.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. Okay.
Yeah, there are way too many ropes interposing you and Guy now. Sojourn.
And then there's just a giant nope rope too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
The snake.
At the conclusion of that, Guy, you wake up in the archives of Lodom. As real as the day it happened. You scan the room and your heart aches for the immaculate stonework, for the towering library shelves, and the majesty of the kingdom that you called home. But even more breathtaking is the face of Prince Lodom, Andric. A gentle, powerful man in his mid-40s, with soft, curly hair tied back into a bun, adorned with the armor and the trappings of knightly nobility, and the crest of your circle of knights. Which was called what, again?
Guys.
Guys.
No.
No, that doesn't even make sense, but that's what we said before.
Sure. That's how you remember it anyway.
Yeah.
His eyes are glassy as he speaks with you, but the mere sight of the prince sends your mind racing, and his words start to make it through. General, I know it's not convenient. I know it's a tragic shame what has happened to our kingdom. We were infiltrated by Viren's ilk, and we were lied to. We were arrogant and stupid. And now we find ourselves at the end game. I know it means admitting failure, defeat, dishonor. I know it means death. He gets closer to you. But there is so much life after death. For everyone else, we can start over in the final chapter. It's never too late to change everything. Please. Oliver, please. Don't serve this Lady Viren. Don't serve some empty city. Serve me. Serve us. We are back to Doran.
Do I have all my Ganymede Echo Bell abilities?
Yes.
Okay. One of them is a passive that is Distant Thunder. You know the size and number of approaching creatures within 1,000 feet. Doran can't explain what's happening with Guy's body or the giant snake that much either, but I want to take a moment to just understand the battlefield here.
Yeah.
If there's anything else approaching.
Close your eyes for just an instant. Ganymede's power helps you listen far and wide. And there is nothing approaching. There's nothing out there. There's nobody else. It's just the 9 of you. Wait, 9?
Okay.
Doran, there's nobody approaching, but there's someone here. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a tall, armored figure walking along one of the tiers of the theater here. You see his face in profile. He has blonde, curly hair and some burns and battle scars, but most notably an eye patch over his eye. He seems calm. He barely seems to regard you. What do you do?
So he's up above me somewhere?
Yeah, he's like roughly 15, 20 feet up on those kind of bleachers, the tiers around this place. He's just walking along them very calmly.
I'm going to Misty Step behind him, just kind of appear up there.
Continues to walk away from you.
This is a strange place to be. You seem pretty calm.
About 3 seconds pass, Doran, and he stops walking. He turns around to look at you. He says, "Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. I'm just something of a bird watcher, that's all."
I'm sorry to lean on Ganymede a lot here, but is he lying? I can make perception checks with advantage to tell if he's lying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Basically, it seems like can't tell if it's sinister, but I'm suspicious given how Guy's body's behaving. So perception, 32.
How is your perception that high?
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, how?
Sorry, wrong one. Sorry, 25.
Yeah. Okay. Doran, you can tell within an instant that he's lying. There's even a twinge to his lips. You can tell he's smirking a little bit. He doesn't mean what he says.
Okay, so I Misty stepped, a lot of dialogue, so I understand if I have no action, I would do something if I could. I'm not sure.
We'll see if you have time.
Big dumb dummy.
You have time, Doran.
I have time?
Yes.
Okay,
Sometime.
sometime. All right, so I have an action available. Right, what? Everyone's more stressed than me. It's making me more stressed.
You have a track record for going after the big bads immediately. That's all.
I'm going to use suggestion on him. I don't have any capacity to add any bonuses to it, but I'm just going to say and then weave in magic to my words.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just drop all of this right now and we can just talk? Telling him to drop his spells or whatever magic effects he's doing.
Sure.
So it's going to be a wisdom save against my DC, which is 17.
Okay. He smiles at you. No. I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to observe You should help your friends.
You didn't even roll?
Legendary resistances don't have to roll.
I know. I fucking figured. God damn it. Okay. All right, well, that's my turn.
Sojourn,
Yep.
it's on you.
Okay, so I'm not grappled anymore because the grappled ungrappled themselves.
Yes, they cancel each other out completely.
Okay, so not,
Love it.
not
Yes.
grappled,
Yep.
but
Are we outside of the grapple of the cess?
Yeah, you can climb on Sesk.
Okay. I was too scared listening to Doran's part to plan my turn. I'm sorry. Oh boy. I would like to use my Ganymede ability to connect and feel what he feels.
might not like that.
Might not, but I'll know.
You connect with Guy, even at a short distance here. You can feel what he's feeling. His body, at least. And it's fear. Guy's body has no grip on reality. It has no sense of the world around it and no connection to the head that guides it. It's not being controlled by Viren. It's absolutely uncontrolled. It doesn't know where it is, who to trust, or if anything can help it. It is lashing out at everything because its guide has lost its way.
Okay. It's gonna be such a pain in the ass, but I think that's the right thing to do. I call out to, who has the head?
Doran has a head.
Oh, you Misty stepped up there with it?
Did
Yeah.
you take me with it? Because I was holding on to his face.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can't Misty Step with people.
Guy's head is people.
So Poppy has the head?
Doran has a head.
Can you Misty Step with a head?
Is this the argument of where the soul
Yeah.
resides?
In my mind, Doran, if you can like encapsulate Guy's head, it came with you. Which, yeah, you're like holding on to it like an object.
As the owner of the head, I endorse this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna call out generally. Someone bring me the head.
Doran kicks it like a soccer ball down to you.
Doran took it somewhere I don't know.
Yeah, I can't act. I mean, it's not my turn.
Yeah.
And I think that is my turn because I think
But you can throw a head as a reaction.
Yeah. Can I?
Yes. As a reaction, I'll let you toss it down.
Doran whistles and tosses it down towards Sojourn.
okay.
Dexterity save, please.
Okay.
Doran's very athletic.
23.
Beautiful. All right. You actually caught it. I think this is the first time Guy's head has ever tried to be transported by throwing and somebody actually caught it.
Yeah.
Every other time it
Yeah.
just lands on the ground.
When he's unconscious, it works.
Of course, yeah. He'll never remember this.
To add on to my shenanigan, just really quickly,
Yeah.
the connect says for 1 minute I feel what they feel.
Yeah.
Now that I'm touching the head, is it different what I feel? Because they're both Guy.
Yeah, I think while you've got this running, you can kind of interrogate the head of Guy and feel his thoughts as well. And he's feeling something very different.
Okay.
It's Thomas gave me eyebrows just there. It's longing. It's sadness, and it's love.
Okay. Thank you. I swear my turn is over now.
At the conclusion of your turn, Sojourn, a legendary action. This blonde-haired knightly fellow turns to you, Doran, and makes a gesture for you to get a little bit closer, like he's got a secret for you. And you hear a whistling sound coming from behind you when he makes that gesture. Make a dex save.
$11.
No.
Can I use a mundane resistance? He's concentrating too much. Take that as a yes.
A lot of dice. We're going.
Doran. You hear a shrieking whistle behind you. And you take 63 piercing damage.
Doran's down.
Yeah.
Doran, you are not down, you are dead.
Okay.
You all see with a single motion, a gleaming, silvery spear forms from the wall like a laser line and drills through the back of Doran's head, out the front, and you fall on the ground.
Who had the hands?
What?
Didn't we have hands?
Oh,
The finger.
fingers.
The finger?
You
You
have
had
one.
of them.
I have the finger.
As your head hits the ground, Doran, you hear as a finger bone breaks. Not your finger.
Phew. Finger's okay.
The finger bone you are holding on to. You are on the ground and you see a single droplet of blood in front of you. And that man has already closed his one blue eye and is turning to walk away.
Okay. I'm gonna try to lay still.
It is now the blue-eyed man's turn.
No.
Glad I'm on his side.
He's dressed up like Emery, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
Golden curls and blue eyes.
Yeah.
Eye patch.
Yeah, eye patch. And the voice, too.
Yeah.
You all see him descend the steps here, those giant tiers. He's taking kind of awkward hops, landing heavily as he descends each tier. And he makes it down to the central platform here in the center of the arena. And he takes no action. He smiles out at all of you. It's now Mikey and Huber's turn. That reminds me, Mikey has been giving everybody a sick beat to fight along to here. At the beginning of Mikey's turn, everybody regains 5 hit points.
What do I
What's-
end up
yeah.
at? So
you
like
have 5 hit points.
Yeah.
did I go down to 0?
Yes, Dorn, you are back up to 1.
So you get 6.
You have 6 hit
I'm at
points.
6. Great.
Mikey is going to continue channeling what he's doing here. Huber approaches the blue-eyed man.
No.
No. Huber, no!
Says, I know you. I know the feeling you give. I know it in my bones. You have no place here. No place on this realm. You all see the blue-eyed man smile.
God.
It's your turn, Poppy.
Oh my god. Do we all kind of figure that that's who that is now?
I think so.
Okay.
Especially with Huber's announcement here, you can all feel it.
I have no plan. How far away are Doran and Guy?
Doran is quite far away, about 30 feet. He's up in the tiers now.
Can I cast Resilient Sphere around them?
I don't have a guy's head anymore.
I have
Throw
it.
it down to Sojourn.
Oh my god. Then, Doran, you're on your own. I don't give a fuck. Sorry. I do care about you. I just
Bullshit.
think you're stupid.
Thoughts and prayers, Doran.
Thoughts and prayers.
Help you pull through up
Yeah.
there.
I care about Guy's head.
He looks like he's got like 5 or 6 hit points. He's fine.
Okay, sorry. Just trying to visualize where everyone is currently. Doran's up in the rafters.
Yeah, he's the only one who's really distant at all.
Just remember you have bullshit Bismite power now.
I don't know what to do with it.
Whatever you want.
Do whatever you can think
Whatever
of.
you want, PB girl.
Can I, because I can feel that I can knead things and mold them to my will, can I try and fabricate, but like put a big wall between us and the guy, but like on a grander scale now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Because I said I would never use it again.
Because we had that goof up with fabricating.
And I'm sure I
A
think
while
it takes
ago.
10 minutes
It
typically.
does take 10 minutes, yes.
But now I have superpowers.
There are circumstances this time
Okay.
that will allow this to happen, and you do feel this place like dough in your hands. You begin to shape it with your hands physically, just right in front of you, and you can see the ground start to wave like an ocean. You raise your hands up, and you see the Bismite respond to you, and up and up and up. You see this tower that you're on start to reform into this flat plane, almost a foot thick, separating you from the blue-eyed man. and closing you off from Doran.
But we are, like, at least safer.
The ones you care about are safe, yes.
The ones that I care about Doran.
Blue-eyed man thinks Doran is dead. Kind of.
Well,
Maybe.
All right. It is back to Aaron.
What about Alluri? Is she after me?
Literally goes after you.
Just checking. Aaron is Sesk. And I'm grappling Guy's body, yada yada. And we are going to. How far away am I from this blue-eyed man?
Only about 10 feet, 15 feet or so, but there is a foot-thick bismite wall between you and him.
Unfortunate. I'm gonna hold my action.
Alluri does the same. There's nothing to do here. Guy,
Alright.
it's your turn.
I'm gonna try some attacks. I will attack the snake that is grappling me.
All right. Disadvantage on the attack.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Wow.
2 15s, which is
It's Sesk's, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. It would be Sesk's AC, which is actually quite low due
there's
to
no
his
way
size.
it's 24.
Correct. It's actually a 15 AC on Crane. Or Sesk in this case.
This is gonna be a green flame blade, which I haven't pulled out in quite a while.
Yes. Some area of effect on here.
Mm-hmm.
Hit some other targets.
Just a wee bit. 14 sword. 3 fire damage to Sesk.
All right. That's 17 damage.
And then the fire damage will bounce to Journey, I guess.
Sojourn.
It will bounce to Sojourn. 11.
So halved to 5.
That's right. Yeah, fire resistance from the Baxi badge.
Yep.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Clutch.
How much life do I have as Sesk?
That is a great question.
And fire resistance?
Oh yeah, I was a
Or
fire.
fire immunity?
Fire immunity.
Yeah.
This is
Thank
bullshit.
you. Wow. Fire immunity.
Got him.
145 HP on Sesk.
Jesus.
Big boy.
Good luck.
I guess we're going for attack number 2.
Okay. Disadvantage still.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Uh, 15 to hit.
That hits.
10 sword damage, and it doesn't fucking matter if I do green flame blade or not, because
Sure. True. Actually, that's a great point.
apparently our whole party is fire resistant.
Not me.
But you would never.
You
All right.
wouldn't kill your friend.
That's another 10 slashing damage to Sesk. And Guy, it's your other turn. Guy, your knights have arrived. Back in the archives again, in that vision, that memory of you and Prince Andric. 2 clean columns of heavily armored warriors all take their positions behind their general. With this kind of overwhelming force, the prince stood no chance. But the knights await your orders, as no Dullahan would disobey its master. You turn to face them, and you hear the abrupt clamor of 12 weapons being drawn. At your word, they will annihilate Prince Lodom and complete Lady Viren's campaign to save Lodom against royal mutiny. The final step in a years-long effort to purge the city of corruption, where so many were slaughtered or forsaken on Viren's orders, where you became numb against the plight of the weak, where Lodom became quiet, isolated. But it's not on Lady Viren. And it's not on Prince Lodom. It's you. You have one choice to make in that final moment. You look at Andric again, and you find a flaw in your flashback. Because the emblem pinned to Andric's collar isn't the circle of your knights. It's the blue and gold forget-me-not pin that Poppy gave you back on Lower. So I'll ask you just once, are you still that guy? What orders do you give your knights?
A guy walks over to Prince Andric and he raises a hand and draws a little hair away from his face, brushes his cheek, and he puts his hand on Andric's shoulder and kind of turns him around. And Guy draws his sword, so he is back to back with Prince Andric, and says, "You may now attack."
Guy, when you were born again as a Dullahan, you were born into chaos. As you simultaneously released all of your knights from your servitude, and the archives blazed, and your soldiers raged endlessly, aimlessly through the kingdom. You collected your head from the floor and completely forgot who you were talking to. The rest is a blur as you escape the castle on foot, and the last thing you remember as you shoved your way through the folks in the streets, someone shouting after you. "What the hell, Guy?"
Are you talking to me?
Sojourn, Guy's head is talking to you.
Am I Guy?
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Guy, it's a shame it took you this long to remember that your last decision in life was to change everything. Was to suddenly pivot in the final chapter, to admit that you made a mistake and to do better. Guy's body calms and drops the great blade of Lodom and begins to walk over to Sojourn. It reaches out for the head.
I hand it over.
You see a sudden warmth. A yellow glow starts to radiate out from Guy as he draws the head near, and when it connects, the flames explode into pure white. And Guy is reborn again. Another burst of white flame erupts from Guy's hand, and you all see the blade of Prince Lodom manifest. And then in a flash, just for an instant, you see 6 ghostly apparitions standing beside Guy, weapons drawn. And then they're gone. Guy, everything about life feels different. You feel your choices, your decisions coursing through you, and you are different. This is a different life. You forgot everything and you started over. It was the perfect gift. It was the only way that you and Andric could make it through. You got to forget long enough to learn to forgive. We're back at the top of the round. Doran.
I feel like Guy should say something, maybe?
I already said we're at the top of the round.
You did. And I can't say anything until my turn.
Yeah.
Dialogue's free action. You can talk whenever.
It's Doran's turn, but Guy's going to talk the entire time.
Yeah, he's filibustering it.
Yeah. We'll just put Doran on the quieter track underneath it all. All right.
Guy, with his head back on his shoulders, cricks its neck, and it's the loudest sound you've ever heard in your life.
The tower crumbles.
Sojourn, what's happening?
Welcome back, Guy.
Why is there a snake around my ankles?
Oh, that's Aaron.
Oh.
Blue-eyed man is here. We're in a spot of trouble.
The blue-eyed... Oh.
I don't think I can hold him off for long.
Poppy,
Hi, Guy. You're
Where-
back in one piece.
where's Doran?
Oh,
Cut to Doran.
Sideways on the ground, one eye open.
Yeah. Yeah, cut over to Doran.
Great. Doran is going to concentrate and visualize this arena, imagining past the sudden bismite wall that manifested.
Mm-hmm.
Doran's going to cast Dimension Door and try to appear in the fountain.
Okay.
Look at you smiling.
All right.
So I did read this spell. I can, as long as I can visualize it, it's possible to do this. I don't have to have line of sight.
Fair. It was fresh and recent.
Yep.
So here's what happens. You misjudge the height by just a little bit.
Okay.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage as you drop into the fountain.
Okay.
Land a little bit on your tailbone on the ridges here. Kind of stings, but what is more noticeable is that powerful shock running through you. Doran, your pulse, or as I wrote it, you pulse, is suddenly... No.
This is serious.
Yeah. Oh, man. There's no saving this one. Doran, your pulse is suddenly coursing through you. And that deep-seated rage that drove you for years, that drove you up that tower twice, is now sitting in the palm of your hand. All that fury, your entire unfair life, is an eager grenade in the form of bismite floating above your palm. What do you do?
Am I like fully submerged, basically? Like I landed in the fountain. That was the intent. Or
You landed on your butt in the fountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very shallow.
Okay.
It's a very shallow fountain. Yeah.
Okay.
The idea is you do get rejected a little bit from this fountain as you touch it. Was your intention to remain in this fountain?
Doran looks around for the blue-eyed man and can't find him.
Yeah.
And it makes him more angry. He felt death, and it made him afraid, but he can't feel fear. It's just pure rage right now. So he's going to try to stay in the fountain.
Doran,
Yep.
Lots of prayers.
bad news first or good news first?
Good news.
All right. Good news is twofold. You can hear something approaching from a long distance away. A long distance away. This time over a mile, but it's coming fast.
Okay.
Extremely fast.
As fast as a steed?
About as fast as a burning bismite engine.
Okay.
A good one.
Nice. Okay.
The other thing you feel is power coursing through you, and this time, it is enhancing what you already are. Doran, you feel your ability to manipulate, to charm, become enhanced. At the same time, your life force is being stolen from you. Doran, you permanently lose 10 HP off your maximum.
Okay. Good.
You also permanently lose a spell slot every single morning. It's just burned, a level 1 spell slot.
Okay.
Get out of the pool. You're not getting anything extra for being in the pool. You're just getting bad stuff now. Get out of the pool.
I'm starting to wonder if John is crazy.
I step out of the fountain, having stayed longer. I'm not actually Doran in full control, really. I'm not looking at anyone in the party. I just say, "Where'd he go? Where'd he go?"
You all hear this strange affect under Doran's voice. It almost sounds like Harley when she was given to the shadows.
Oh boy.
And I'm still holding like a bismite rock. It's floating in my hand and it's shooting out sparks of energy, and it seems like unstable, basically.
Doran, what are you gonna do? He's essentially a god.
And I'm just pacing back and forth in front of the wall a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You You all see a soft ripple against that wall as the bismite gently moves out of the way to form an opening. And you see the blue-eyed man step through. As he steps through that opening, you see that knightly form begin to shift. Quicker than Aaron's and cleaner. It turns into an elderly man in rags. The same man that you all saw in lore. Looks at you and he says, "It's been so long since I've seen all of you, but please, you should all know my name. Please, call me Paul."
That's so
Is
evil.
that the
I don't mean to hurt any of you. No. I only meant to check on you. To see how you've grown.
With all due respect, Mr. Paul, we saw what you've done here to the Autumn King.
A distant memory. A fond one, yes. But I was too late. That clever boy had cast his power elsewhere. No, I've learned to be patient. And I will be. You're not ripe yet. Any of you.
What boy are you talking of?
There's that same kind of lag as he turns over to look at you, Doran.
You said the clever boy. Who are you referring to?
The King Hale. He had everything, and I meant to take it from him, but in that final moment he cast it here. Away from me, so I could not take it from him. And so I return here, and I wait. Until my day comes, when I can drink the world whole.
Can I ready an action?
Sure.
For if Doran does anything stupid.
What's your ready to action?
Yeah, what is the action?
Do I have to tell
Yes.
you?
You don't have to tell me, but you have to tell Tim.
Tim, I'm gonna cast a spell on Doran.
What spell?
Resilient Sphere.
Perfect. Okay.
Doran's going to signal to... Aaron is still Sesk right now?
Yep.
Doran tries to make some hand movements basically to get Aaron's attention. I'm going to just... I don't know Thieves Can't, but I'm just going to stumble through it. This wind could bring sails in.
Aaron just sees Doran doing some twitches with his hands, and they know that Doran's trying to do some Thieves Can't, and is just like, they shake their head back and forth, like,
Give me an insight check, Aaron.
don't know what you're doing.
Let's see if we can hit a lover's 14.
Lover's 14.
If I roll a 14,
Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Are you?
14?
Is it 14?
It was a 14.
A lover's 14 is plenty to glean.
A lover's 14.
That was incredible.
Oh my god.
So, my Thieves Can't attempt is basically saying there's a ship coming in hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
And Doran, you let Aaron know with the speed that this thing is coming, it's any minute now.
Can I see it with my Ganymede eyes?
Make a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
My goodness gracious.
27.
Yeah.
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 What ship is it? Can I tell? Is it our ship?
No.
The Shatterhorn?
You turn around and you zoom in on this thing. As far as it is, you can see it pretty clearly. It's a smaller vessel, a narrower one. It looks handmade, but It's going so fucking fast. You have never seen something this powerful hurtling towards you. And it's going to be soon.
Aaron's going to untransform from Sesk, I think.
Cool.
Back to Aaron.
Fair. We're getting sloppy with initiative. Let's go back to Sojourn.
Oh, I didn't know we were still fighting.
I get a turn?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, what you're saying is, once we're wrap, you're gonna consume us?
Yes, I will find you, or you will find me again.
And you can't consume this power that we have if it's here. And I point to the shallow pool. If it's not in someone?
I see your mind struggling, but I've no incentive to clarify for you.
I think maybe, respectfully, I think he means it doesn't taste as good, and it would be great if we would ripen up somewhere else.
Exactly right. She understands.
We want to be delicious, Sojourn. Somewhere very far away.
This whole conversation is freaking me out.
Where are you from?
Not here. I have come from many places, from the Fey realm, from other realms, but I do not remember which was first. Only that I am the last.
That must be lonely.
No. He takes a step towards you, shifting back into Emery, and he says, I'm not very lonely. Not really ever. There's too many of us in here.
Oh, well, that's great.
Do you keep the people that you consume?
Yeah, in a matter of speaking, I guess I do. I mean, they're here. Their memories are here. Their abilities are here. You see a sword form in his hand and begins to glow with yellow, righteous energy.
You're like her. I don't.
Her.
Oh, nobody?
The king, Hale, you spoke of earlier. You must know he has a son and those that follow him. Do you mean to absorb them too?
Do you know where they are?
No.
Hold on a minute. What was your name again? That's not important. You mentioned the son of the king, yes? Now, he's been elusive, to say the least. He made all the right friends. He's kind of here and there in terms of the plains, if you know what I mean. The Feywild. Back here, the Feywild again. Hard for me to really track them down, but I would really like to meet Prince Lyrian. So, do any of you know where he is right now?
No, sir.
I cannot say that we do.
I know where we saw him last.
And where was that?
I'm not going to give that up freely. You want us to ripen up so that when you consume us, you can eat the world?
There would be no point in consuming you now. I mean, who wants a tart, unripened fruit? No, I want you when you've got everything you've got to give.
But why? You want to eat the world, you said.
Yes, it's more efficient this way, I suppose.
Do we help you eat the world?
Yes. Oh, in a big way, of course.
It tastes better.
Exactly. I mean, she understands from the get-go. I don't know why the rest of you are...
Well, she's the smart one.
You're stalling, aren't you? I've been a fool. He takes another step back, and you see feathers begin to sprout from his face. The first thing you hear after the transformation is Luri saying,
You said Kree was not here. You said he was gone. You said that Kree no longer existed.
This isn't Kree.
You all see that same disheveled, ragged bird you saw back on Lore. Blue eyes and all. But at the same time, you all hear the screaming of a Bismite engine as it flies right past the tower.
Oh, no.
And then you see it double back, loop, and come towards you again, trying to control its own speed as it moves near you. You all hear a megaphone projecting out into this theater.
Doran, everybody, we're here to pick you up.
You see the ship start to circle around again.
So Guy starts heading toward the ship,
Yep.
and he walks by the fountain.
Yep.
And when he sees the fountain and thinks about it, he just thinks about his soldiers that he massacred, turned into Dillahan. And he gets that same kind of, like, static. But he's going to try to focus on Prince Lodum and see if that changes anything.
Guy, so much of what you struggled with before was trusting yourself. The most powerful thing you allowed yourself to wield was a big old sword. Because yeah, you could do damage with that, but it's always going to be by your hand and it's you making decisions moment to moment. If you gave yourself any more power, if you sought it out, you didn't trust deep down that you would use it the right way. But you now know that difficult decision you made in your former life. And you now know what the rest of your existence means. And it's doing the right thing. It's making up for that, and you've got a lot of years to make up for. The only way you're going to make a difference here is if you have the power to do good, and that you trust yourself to do it.
Guy stops for just a second and puts his hand over the forget-me-not pin. And he dips a toe in.
Yeah. Guy, after that interaction, I mean, death is nothing new to you. You know you just went there again. Reborn for, I don't know, the third time?
Ish.
And you feel that agency, that power, that comfort with Bismite coursing through you. And when you move towards the ship, you are escorted by a menagerie of Bismite weapons circling you.
Well, it seems like we have some ripening to do. Suppose we don't want to waste your time anymore. And so, yeah, I turn around fully and start running towards where the ship is going to be coming in.
You see it throw out its wingspan to either side, flinging feathers as it does. He wasn't lying. He's got no motivation to take you now.
As he leaves, I want to shout after him. I just want to say Lenati and see if it means anything to him.
You're all moving up those steep tiers, those bleachers, to get up to the ship here. Meets you kind of halfway with a little loading hatch that opens from the bottom. You're all climbing your way up to what might be actual freedom. And Sojourn is the last to go. When she looks back and calls out the name Lenati, you see that bird look. And it begins to chase after that ship.
No.
But I think that's where we'll end it.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Thanks everybody for listening. I am Tim, your GM.
I'm Hannah playing Aaron.
This is Tara, and I play Sojourn.
I'm Thomas, and I'm still Guy.
I'm John. I play Doran.
I'm Maggie, and I play Poppy Kenmore.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Share the show.
Starting in the wrong place entirely.